What up, guys? My name is Mikey,
My name's Shaq.
and this is the Icon and Shaq Show. Alright. Alright, so this is episode 1, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about certain topics of sports. So like we said in our introduction video, that's what we're going to be doing. And we want to start it off really strong, and we want to do it tonight. So, first thing we want to talk about is last night's game. The 76ers versus the Heat. They lost
A 13-game winning streak. They were on a 13-game winning streak. And then, all of a sudden, you decide to play the Sixers and lose.
Sixers beat you.
How are you going to lose to the Sixers?
How?
I mean, come on.
And what was it? It was, let me check real quick. It was 117 to 109.
I mean,
The Sixers beat the Heat. 109 ended that 13-game winning streak. What do you think of that?
well, first of all, I think that's complete garbage. If they really wanted to keep their streak going, you would have stepped up and done a little bit more and put some effort into it, because I know their players, well, they were into it, but it's just they didn't do enough. The Sixers, they have potential. Their players are good. All of them were in, double digits?
7 players in the Sixers were in double digits.
So, obviously, that means a lot. That's going to help you out, and that's going to be... Well, that's going to be why you're going to win games.
Pretty much. Yeah. So that's crazy, and kind of a question I want to have for you, Shaq, is what do you think of the Sixers' fucking future?
Well, I think that they have potential. They have some young players that are super, super talented. The potential that they have they're going nowhere but up. And so I think that if they stay where they're going in the same mindset, they have the same mindset, and the potential they have, and they're moving forward. Just move forward. The coach is good. The players are good. They're young. I think they can go somewhere. They're obviously not going to be better than Chicago, but I mean, they're going to go somewhere. So that's what matters, right?
I agree. I think that the Sixers definitely have a bright future, and that's kind of a conversation that we want to have with you guys. Let us know if you think the Sixers have a bright future. Anyways, we'll move on. And the next subject that we want to talk about is the Warriors versus OKC last night. And, Shaq, let me know what you think of that game.
The OKC, well, I really was upset because I love Westbrook. He's one of my favorite players. It sucks. It sucks for me as a fan for Westbrook to lose to his team. They did lose. OKC is a super talented team. This is why Westbrook has as many triple doubles as he has this season.
Carrying that team.
He is carrying that team. Golden State, they're probably, obviously you would recommend and argue that they're the best team in the NBA right now, which is understandable. They have the top 4 best players in the NBA with Westbrook. I mean, with Durant, with Durant, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. So it's kind of hard to be beat. But he was going back to his old team, and the fans didn't really respond to him too well. But he didn't, think anything of it. There was some confrontation with a couple players, but you make the best of what you can. So he did it, and he was out there. He scored how many points?
Westbrook ended up scoring 47 points, and 11 rebounds, 8 assists.
So he was literally 2 assists away from
another triple-double.
Another triple-double.
27.
His 27th triple-double of the season, which is crazy, because this is why I think Westbrook is going to be the MVP this year. He is the most talented player currently.
Yes.
So
I think I agree with you 100%. Like Shaq's right. I think that Westbrook has an unbelievable season going on for him right now. Averaging a triple-double this late in the season. This is so late in the season. We're about to hit All-Star game. That's halfway. So the fact that Westbrook is doing this at this level is amazing. No one has done this since Oscar Robertson.
Exactly.
And tell me, most of the viewers, most of these younger kids, no one knows that. Because that was back in the 60s, 70s, it was back then, that's way back. So, Westbrook is making history, and that's why I refuse to admit that anyone is the MVP other than Russ. it doesn't matter that his team's losing.
It's a big argument between Russ and then Harden, and then you're going to argue with LeBron for MVP race this season. It's going to be a huge debate. Like I said, we're both going to be for Westbrook because he said that, and I've said that. Westbrook, he's done so much for his team. His team wouldn't be there without him, so he's done a lot. So we're obviously going to go and say that Westbrook's going to be there. Harden's a great player. We'll talk about more on him with
Future
more
videos.
So. Anyhow,
and Harden also broke history recently.
He did.
3 50-point triple doubles,
and
that's the best
that
ever.
Is beyond crazy. So he's obviously
Harden's in the conversation.
Yes, he's a crazy, insane, talented player.
Yeah. So don't get us wrong. We're not biased or anything. We know what's going on.
Right.
But yeah, Westbrook, just to me and to him, to Shaq, we know that Westbrook's having a more accomplished season. The only thing that's not accomplished is the team. And that's not fair to Westbrook.
No.
They lost 130 to, what was it? Fucking 114.
So I think a lot of the fans that at that game last night, a lot of the fans were booing Durant because they can see how their team would have been if Durant wouldn't have left.
Yeah.
So I think that's where some of the fucking booing was coming into play. And sorry for my language, but no, Durant has, made his decision, so he's gone. They need to get over the fact he's gone. He's not going to come back. He's not going to come back. Yeah. So Westbrook's there. He's going to carry his team until their team decides to do something else. Durant, I'm sorry, but he's an amazing player. He's now going to play for Golden State, so they need to get used to that fact. Let's all be mature and let's just accept it. Okay, so he is beyond amazing, but let's get past it.
Let's get past it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. So what we want to talk about now is we have 3 games of today. So we talked about 2 games last night, and we have 3 games today that we want to talk about. So first we want to talk about the Knicks and the Spurs. Huge upset, right?
Huge upset.
The Knicks actually ended up beating the Spurs 94-90.
I can't believe that happened because first of all, the Knicks wouldn't be your typical team that you would expect to beat San Antonio. San Antonio is
second best
team in the Western Conference. Like, that's just and crazy. It's insane. Greg Pop is their coach, Greg Popovich, and
the greatest coach of all time.
The greatest coach of all time. I'm upset because I love Greg. He's one of my favorite coaches. I'm upset because they lost to the Knicks, and I love the Knicks. I like the Knicks, but I'm not going to be, I don't know, I don't say bias or anything, but they have obviously really good players. They have Porzingis, Carmelo, Rose. They have obviously all these players.
Which is overpaying, by the way.
They are overpaying.
What I like to say is that the New York, they're not the Knicks anymore. It's the New York Bulls.
Literally, because
they took our whole team.
Seriously, with Phil Jackson and everyone. Joakim, Rose, come on. So, that's not, I mean, come on. That's just some shit.
But they're not playing good, and it's also a lot to do with management. The president, Phil Jackson, who is a great coach. By no means am I saying that he doesn't know basketball.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
He knows basketball. He's a great coach. But he's a horrible president. He's not letting Carmelo feel welcome.
No.
He's not making good trades. He's not making good contract decisions. Why are you going to sign Courtney Lee to I think it was like a $15 million contract? You signed Joakim Noah to like a $72 million contract. Noah, we're Bulls fans. You know that.
He played for us. Chicago Bulls.
But he's not worth $72 million.
He's not.
No.
There was one season where I seen that he almost got Defensive Player of the Year, or he did.
He got
one Defensive Player of the Year award. So he's good.
But he's not worth that.
Come on.
Because he spent so many time. He's not an offensive threat.
No. You
want a center that's an offensive threat. Andre Drummond on the Pistons. He plays good.
Yeah.
You got Hassan Whiteside on the Heat. He plays good. You got even DeAndre Jordan, who sucks at free throws.
He's terrible.
He's horrible at free throws. But guess what? He still puts you points with the lobs. He catches them. He catches those motherfuckers, and he dunks that shit.
Numbers on the boards.
Numbers. But that's what we have to say about the Knicks.
It's an upset. We obviously
Crazy. We love the Spurs.
We love the Spurs, but obviously
They shouldn't have lost that.
Derrick Rose is a fucking. I don't know what to say.
He's
about
an injury waiting to happen.
I don't know what to say about him because he
He's
played
just an
for
injury
us.
waiting
He
to
played
happen.
for us, and
For years.
him playing against us now, it's just.
And we lost to them. We lost to them.
We have lost to them.
Yeah.
We have lost to them.
And like we said, we're not biased. We're
not.
Bulls fans, but we
are.
are realistic. We're not gonna talk shit. We're serious.
If Derrick Rose ever sees this video, fuck you. Sorry.
He's a little upset still, but other than that, let's move on. Obviously the Knicks upset the Spurs, but we're over that. The Spurs are still a great team. We'll move on to the next game that we watched today, which was the Bulls versus the Timberwolves.
Our own team.
Our own team. We're talking about our team. Yes, we get it. It's our team. But it's something to talk about. We lost to the Timberwolves 117-89. We lost by 28 points.
So, why we lost, I think, you can say anything you want, but reasons why we lost, I think, is because Butler and Wade didn't play. We didn't have our star players, which is, an argument because you can say that, well, you're in the NBA, you should win a game either way. But I think, well, if you're in the NBA, exactly. So our stars should be playing. If they're hurt or resting, irregardless, it's regardless. Just play. It's your job. So,
yes, like LeBron. What are you whining about rest for, nigga? Why are you whining about that?
He's old. He wants to rest.
He's 34. And you know what? You're the best player in the world. You're crying about playmakers. You're doing all this stuff, but yet you're still leading the league in minutes. But yet you're gonna cry about rest and stuff like this. Yeah, it makes sense. You worked your whole life doing this since you were 18. But come on, this is your job.
He doesn't need another playmaker. He is the playmaker. So he's crying, and he wants another playmaker right when the playoffs in the All-Star Weekend's about to start.
You know why?
Why is he crying for it now?
You know why? He's afraid of the Warriors.
We're supposed to be talking about our Bulls and the Timberwolves game.
I know, but see, this is unfiltered, unedited. This is what the fuck we do. We get into tangents, and this is what I'm talking about. We argue. We do this every single night.
All night, back and forth.
All night. But yeah, we were talking about the Bulls and Timberwolves. But like I said, LeBron is worried of the Warriors. We'll talk about it in a next video. We'll move on. The Bulls lost to the Wolves. We lost to our former head coach. We want you back, Tibbs.
Why did he leave?
Because our management.
It's
always management with this. The Knicks had management issues, and now we're talking about the Bulls management. Because Thibodeau, he played our stars more than they should have, and that maybe have caused injuries to Rose and Dang and all that stuff from years ago.
We went farther when we had coach Thibodeau than we have when we've only had our coach now, which is
Fred Hoiberg.
Fuck him.
Yeah, he's horrible.
We've been worse with Fred, if anything.
But, respect to the Timberwolves. They did their thing. Wiggins had a good game. Karl Anthony Towns is a future NBA star.
Oh, Karl Anthony's cool.
Yeah, and, once Zach LaVine comes back, too, that team's going to be, in the future, that'll be a big three.
Oh, yeah.
Those three will be a big three. But, we lost to the we lost to the Timberwolves. The Bulls lost, so, it sucks, but we got to get over it. But the last thing that we want to talk about in terms of the games today is the most recent game. We want to talk about the Toronto Raptors versus the Detroit Pistons.
That was a wild game. I wasn't expecting anything to come up from Detroit. They're an okay team. I wouldn't say that they're crazy good, but I wouldn't say that they're really shitty. I would say that they're
in the middle.
They're in the middle. DeRozan, Lowry, they're obviously amazing players, and DeMar Carroll, they put numbers on the board, so they did their job, but it happened.
It wasn't enough.
It happened to be that Detroit they did a little bit more, and I was surprised because
I was surprised too because Toronto they were winning for most of that game. They were winning for most of that game, so. All of a sudden, you get into the end of the third and all through the fourth, Detroit makes a huge comeback. And But they end up winning only by 1 point.
1 point.
102 to 101.
Because of a 3-point that was made by
Cadwell Pope.
Thank you. He's an amazing shooter. He's a great player. He's an amazing shooter, and I think you have to give a lot of credit to him. He's underrated, and that just needs to go out. That he's underrated. A lot of respect. He's good. So
it's really good. So yeah, much respect to that game. That was probably the best game of the night. There's obviously probably a couple more games going on right now, or no, one more game. But we're making the video now, so we're not going to be able to talk about that one. But we want to make sure that you guys understand what we're talking about. If you guys think this was really good, let us know. We do have one more topic that we want to talk about. I know this video is a little bit longer than normal, but this is a show. This is episode 1 of our first show. Most shows like this, they go on for 2 hours, 1 hour. We're keeping you within this is probably going to be 20 minutes, maybe 18 minutes. But, at the end of the day, if you guys rock with us, if you guys watch this, if you guys respect this, and you guys actually want to talk to us about this is what we're doing it for. You're obviously going to have shorter videos. We'll have that for you. But this is our show, so this is going to be longer. So we're going to end this show with one more topic. And this is a topic that I've been talking about for a while. At first, Shaq didn't think that this was even possible. He was like, what are you talking about?
No way.
And it's crazy, right?
It is crazy.
But for some reason, I feel it. So what I want to bring up to Shaq, and I want to ask you guys, and this is kind of like a question of the day at the end of these episodes, because we want to know what you guys think, is can the Bulls upset the Cavs in the playoffs?
Yes, because if all of our players are healthy, then I think that we have the potential to do that, because our players, obviously our star players, can know how to put numbers on the board. We have great playmakers. We have an okay coach. I don't want to dog on our coach, but we have an okay coach. The players are an amazing team together when everybody is communicating and we know how to move the ball and get to the basket. That's the biggest thing. I think we have great potential and we can upset the Cavs. On the other side, I think no, because the Cavs, who do they have? Obviously, you're going to say King James, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, and then J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith's coming back soon.
He is. He's obviously they're an amazing team. You would argue that's the second best team. You would argue that's the best team. It doesn't matter.
And they also added Kyle Korver.
They did. They just recently did Kyle Korver, and he's been great for their team so far.
He's shooting over 50% since he's been with Cleveland from 3.
He's obviously made a huge impact. So they're doing really good. I hate to say that, yes, I have to agree and say that I do think the Bulls, our team, would upset the Cavs, but that's just how I think. Like I said, we need all of our players healthy, and we need good ball movement and communication.
And full dedication.
Yeah.
You gotta own it, because there's been plenty of upsets. 8 seeds beating the first seeds. It's happened before. Right now, we're the 7th seed, so we would technically, right now, we would play Boston. So that's not really the identical, the matchup that you want. That's not what I would want. Because I feel like, as weird as it sounds, because I keep saying that I think that we can beat the Cavs, I don't think that we can beat Boston. And see,
we can beat Boston. We can beat Boston. We just can't beat Cleveland. Well, I mean, we can, but we need to be healthy.
Yeah.
It's a huge debate.
It's a big debate, and we want your guys' feedback. We want to see what you guys think, because there's only
Please, let us know.
Yeah, there's only so much that we can think of. We can think of so many things together, but we want to see what you guys think, and we want to see, we want to write back. We want to comment back with each other. We want to have the arguments. We want to know what's going on, what you guys think. I mean, obviously, this is kind of a crazy topic, Bulls upsetting the Cavs. Obviously, we all expecting the Cavs and the Warriors again in the finals.
For the finals, right.
But at the same time, it's the NBA, and anything can happen, and we just feel like our team has that chance, because we beat them twice this year.
We have.
Significantly. It wasn't like a, they got lucky. It was by 1 point or 2 points. We beat them. So we just wanted to bring that up, and that's pretty much it.
Let us know what you guys think of everything we've talked about, our opinions, our statements. Let us know, comments, feedback, anything's greatly appreciated. make sure this is probably going to be the end of our video. So make sure you like, subscribe, and obviously let us know. So please, that's much appreciated.
It really is. And like we said, I'm Icon.
And I'm Shaq, so...
And this is the Icon and Shaq show. We're going to obviously have way more episodes, but we really want to hear your guys' feedback and let us know what you think of what we had to talk about in today's episode. We'll see you in episode 2 on the next one.
Peace!